Okay, so today we're going to look at finding an angle. Last lesson we did finding a side, so if we had sine 63, for example, equals x over 3, you can see that the unknown is in this fraction here. So when it's an easier one, it was on top, and then last lesson we looked at, well, what happens when it's on the bottom. Now we can also use trigonometry to find an angle as the unknown. So in this example here, we've got sine of something. Now this is called theta, pronounced theta, Greek letter. And then we've got a known number here. We can actually use our calculator to work out what would that unknown thing be in there. Think of that as like x or y or something that we need to find. And we can do that using our calculators. So making sure that your calculator has a D for the mode up the top here. Now if sine theta is a half, we can find what that angle is by doing what's called the inverse sine of that. And to find the inverse, we press shift up here, shift, sine, and we want a half, so typing in 1 over 2 and equals, and you get 30. So in this particular example here, theta, the angle that we're after would be 30. As an example, if tan of an angle is 3.754, find the angle x nearest minute. Well, x would be the inverse tan of that angle. Okay, so using the calculator, shift tan of 3.754 equals, and the question says to the nearest minute. So at the moment that's a decimal, 75.08 degrees. We want to change it to degrees and minutes. We press the bubble button on the calculator. So pressing the bubble button, and so that will give us 75 degrees and 5 minutes. The one after this is in seconds, and these are measured as out of 60. So if it's less than 30, then we round down. If it's bigger than 30, then we can round up. So the answer here would be x equals 75 degrees and 5 minutes. Example 2, just move this up for you. Cos alpha is 4 over 7, find the angle alpha to the nearest minute. So alpha would be the inverse cos of 4 over 7. So shift cos 4 over 7. And again to the nearest minute, so we want to press the bubble button. 55 degrees and 9 minutes. Okay. And now we'll get to an example where there is a triangle and we need to firstly label and decide which one of the 3 trig ratios are we going to use. So if we've got our angle theta in here, the side that is opposite to that we label with O. Same as we did before when we were finding sides. We label with O, A and H. This one would be H, this one would be A. Which one is there no numbers for and we don't want to find out what it is? That would be A. So we're left with O and H. Now remembering so, ka, toa, so, ka, toa. Which one has O and H in it? That would be so. So sine of the angle opposite over hypotenuse. So 9 over 13. So sine of the angle is 9 over 13. We want to find the angle, so we're going to do inverse sine. So sine inverse of 9 on 13. So shift sine 9 over 13, closing the bracket. To the nearest degree this time, so I don't actually have to change that to degrees and minutes. I already know that's going to round to 44 degrees. So theta equals 44 degrees to the nearest degree. Okay, and then the last example today, we've got a worded one, so we need to draw a diagram first. We've got a triangle, right-angled at the point Y, and we're told the lengths of each of the sides. Find the angle Z to the nearest minute. Right-angled at Y, so all I need to do is make sure that I've drawn up a right angle. Yes, you can, I guess, try and draw the rest to some sort of scale, but it really doesn't matter as long as you've got that right angle in there. X to Y is 35, so if I make that 35, only because that looks maybe slightly shorter than the other one, so I'll call that X. X to Y is 35, and Y to Z is 47. And find the angle Z, so I'm going to put in theta there at Z. Labeling with O, A, H. Which one can we cross out? We can cross out the hypotenuse, so we're left with O and A. TOA, tan theta equals 35 over 47. And then doing inverse tan. Okay, so inverse tan, 35 over 47. And to the nearest minute this time, so we're going to press the bubble button. 36 degrees. Now this number here is less than 30, so we're going to keep that at 40 minutes. So 36 degrees and 40 minutes. Okay, and I think, yeah, that's all for today.